Globe Awards was a night of celebration and vindication for one Hollywood star. After being passed over for an Oscar nomination for Best Director, Ben Affleck took home the Golden Globe for Best Director, and his film Argo won Best Film. I think that was a surprise. The show was hosted by Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, who got one of their biggest laughs at the expense of the director of Zero Dark 30, Catherine Bigelow, actually really her husband, Avatar director James Cameron.
I haven't really been following the controversy over Zero Dark 30, but when it comes to torture, I trust the lady who spent 3 years married to James Cameron.
Everyone seemed to love Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I'm joined now by Bradley Jacobs, a senior editor for Us Weekly. I want to start by actually talking about some of the people who won awards last night. And the most stunning, Ben Affleck. He was stiffed by the Academy just days ago, yet he walks away with Best Director in his film wins.
This was the worst best week of Ben Affleck's career. Thursday morning, he got snubbed. It had to be a terrible morning in the Affleck household, but then he wins big. He comes back to win big at the Golden Globes. It's amazing and sort of a game changer for him, because now this is what people are talking about, how ridiculous it is for there to be 5 directors nominated for Best Director for the Oscar and not include Ben Affleck, who won the Golden Globe.
I guess my question is a game changer not just for him, but what about Lincoln? I mean, everyone thought Lincoln was going to run away with this last night. Everyone assumes it will win Best Picture for the Academy Awards. Does this change? Everyone
assumed it would win.
Right.
Yeah, to see Ben Affleck win over Steven Spielberg was incredible. I still do think ultimately that Spielberg will win, but now it's come down to basically Lincoln versus Silver Linings Playbook. These are the 2 movies left where there's a Best Picture nomination and a Best Director nomination. Unless there's some crazy write-in situation with Affleck, it could happen.
Silver Linings Playbook, which, by the way, did not do very well last night.
Well, Jennifer Lawrence won for Best Actress and probably gave maybe the worst speech of the night. She definitely seemed 22 up there on the podium, saying, "I beat Meryl," in a joke that really fell flat.
On the subject of speeches, one of the things that really is getting the most buzz from last night was Jodie Foster. She accepted really a Lifetime Achievement Award and gave a long and very heartfelt speech that clearly moved a lot of people. Let's listen to what she said.
I already did my coming out about 1,000 years ago, back in the Stone Age, in those very quaint days when a fragile young girl would open up to trusted friends and family, co-workers, and then gradually, proudly to everyone who knew her, to everyone she actually met. But now, apparently, I'm told that every celebrity is expected to honor the details of their private life with a press conference, a fragrance, and a primetime reality show. And, you guys might be surprised, but I am not Honey Boo Boo Child.
So it was really interesting. People have talked about Jodie Foster being gay for a long time, but she hasn't really discussed it publicly, and she sort of discussed it publicly last night. What do you make of her statement?
She was very conflicted. Still, it was clear. There was never a, "Yup, I'm a lesbian" moment. You had to really read between a lot of the lines there. She's always been intensely private. I think a lot of it started with the John Hinckley case. While she was at Yale, she was a very young person thrust into this moment she didn't want to be in. And even through all of her biggest years, winning the Oscar for The Accused and for Silence of the Lambs, she never wanted to really bring the media into her personal life. She's refused to. And even though the climate has changed and reality stars have changed a lot of it, celebrities are increasingly much more open, she really refused to be up until now. She's 50 years old, she's winning this Cecil B. DeMille, and she felt like it was time to finally set the record straight.
A lot of people said it felt like a retirement speech last night. Did it seem that way to you?
But then immediately afterwards she said, "I'm not retired," but she was just saying, like, "I'm prepared to now, if the world thinks of me as a 50-something lesbian actress and those are the only parts I get, I'm prepared for that." Right. But I don't think that that's going to be the case for her.
Bradley Jacobs from Us Weekly, always nice to see you. Thanks for being with us this morning. Let's go back to Soledad in Newtown.